Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are back live for another night of round 3. Hit round 2, sorry, I apologize. At Barber Motorsports Park. As you can see, we're all decked out in pink here, or at least for my broadcast anyway. For the rest of this month, for the rest of October, we will be decked out in all pink. And, we're going to be trying to raise some money for breast cancer awareness and all that stuff. I'll have a link here soon. If anybody does choose to share it or donate, you're more than welcome to, by all means. We're going to try to raise a little bit of cash for breast cancer awareness. But anyway, tonight, coming into Barber Motorsports Park, this track, very unique. I believe it was 16 turns, if I read that correctly. It is 16 turns. Unique turns, by the way. This track is very beautiful. I'm not going to lie. They've done an excellent job on the scan. This is the first time I've been here to this track. Very great job on scanning this track. It looks great from the race views and cameras and all that stuff. So really cool. They have a giant spider you can see right there outside of turn 5. Right there it is. That is right outside of turn 5. So, not saying Halloween getting close. We're about a month away and starting to see some spiders pop up here and there. But it is going to be fun here. This track is really wide, 45 degrees across the entire track. So that makes a very good opportunity for passing zones. Very unique track because the turns are so wide, the straightaways are so wide. It's 45 feet all the way across. So everywhere you go, it don't shrink or nothing like that. So really cool there. But these drivers will actually face a elevation changes throughout the night. From I think it goes up to about 80 feet of elevation changes. So there's a lot of up and downs in this track. That makes it very challenging for the drivers. Maybe you're having trouble seeing over the hill to come down to the next turn. Or, I don't know. It's really unique. Maybe you have trouble seeing a incident that could happen up in front of you and all that stuff. So these guys are going to have to face that. This track opened up in 2003. Of course, this track was... I believe it was in Alabama, I believe is where this track actually is. Yes, Birmingham, Alabama. So that is where it's at. So yeah, that's a little bit of information about this track. You can kind of see some guys out here practicing right now as qualifying. There's still a few minutes away before we get to qualifying, about 2 minutes to be exact. David Shutt, who is fastest in this week's practice, fastest here once again in this race. I don't think that's too surprising for some guys. He's been great. Tommy Rain up there, Terry Dahl up there as well in the 53. Very fast. We've seen him continue being fast week in and week out. So, but yeah, here we go. So I was reading some comments and stuff on the stream and stuff like that. So really, really cool. But I will put the link for the donation thing. If you haven't seen it already, I will put it in both chats, YouTube and Facebook, because we're broadcasting on both. So I'll make sure I share that out. And yeah, so we got a great night of racing. I believe this race right here is going to come down to the wire. It could come down just to a couple car lengths separating the two. Just looking at the lap times, it's very close right now between David and Tommy, both right now 118 during the 118.7s. That's a BMW GTE up front right now, leading the way here in David Shutt, who currently is leading the practice session. So we'll see. We got about a minute left or so before we get to racing, and it is coming here very soon. It should be a great race, as I keep saying, and I hope everybody's ready because. And there we go, by the way. I just shared the link to donations. We are up to right now, I think we're on $30 or so. And I know I'm going to pitch in a couple a little bit here tomorrow to try to get that up to about 60 or so. So pretty cool. But anyway, right now we got 20 drivers actually just connected to the server. And I'm sitting here looking. This is going to come down to the wire, man. I think there's a lot of good guys. Tyler Stevens right now, 7th. Mark Wilson is in 6th. He was fast last time that we was out last week. We'll have to wait and see what he does here tonight. Dave Hill's here tonight, so a lot of good guys actually in this race. As qualifying set to begin here. You'll see some of practice right here for the last couple seconds. You're watching Mark Allen in that 19 Ferrari GTE work down into a couple of these corners. You see how wide this track actually is, 45 feet, as he works down into the final corner. And coming to the start-finish line. Actually, I apologize. That is not the final corner. It is. Here we go. Qualifying is set to begin. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place right now, guys. I do apologize. I just now walked back through the doors, so bear with me while I get my bearings underneath me. Let's see. Qualifying set to begin. Here we go. Let's see if I can bring this up. Who are we going to watch first? There we go. Tommy Rang coming out. Got the pink driver suit on tonight. Really cool to have these overlays. It took me a while to actually customize every one of them because I had to go through and customize each and everything. So it took a little while longer than I expected to get everything set. I actually just started today and actually just finished a little while ago. So it took about 4 hours to convert everything over. So we'll watch and see. Let's actually hop on board and ride with Tommy. Of course, he was really fast here in practice. We'll see how he does here as he is getting ready to come to the green flag here in just a moment. That Patriot Fire Ferrari. I love the Ferraris on here. It's one of my favorite cars actually on the entire iRacing service. And I believe we are coming to the green flag for him. So green flag is going to wave. Qualifying is officially underway. You can see how long this track actually is. It's a long track. I believe it's around 2.3 miles, I believe is what I've seen. I'd have to double check that. Yeah, 2.3 miles, 16 turns. Here, and of course 45 feet wide on the general racing surface. So really cool, and that's a lot of room. You can see how wide these straightaways and turns and all that stuff are. And of course I mentioned that 80 feet of elevation change, which is very challenging because there is a lot of blind apexes that these guys are going to have to be dealing with, and that could be huge. They race a ton of stuff here, by the way. They actually race motorcycles here. And, of course, they race these cars. But here we go. I believe Landon Lacey going to put down a first lap of 125. Of course, he was behind the line. That's why we're seeing some of these guys put down them laps. So next time by, it's probably going to jump up quite a bit. Tommy almost going off track there. Done a good job of staying on. Here he works. Very tight right-hand corner into another left here. And this right here is turn 16. Coming to the start-finish line. And from there, we will jump back to Mark Wilson. Tommy going to jump on top of the board. We're definitely sure of that. There it is, a 118.798. Of course, you see the nice paint scheme here that Mark is running tonight. BMW GTE as well. It's a good looking car. Of course, you don't know about RedSox recently. We actually spoke a lot about this the other night on our podcast. It was founded by, well, it was co-founded by John Henry, which is the owner of the Boston Red Sox, hence the name of the league, Red Sox Racing League. And a bunch of other guys help admin it right now. Terry jumps up to second place. Landon Lacey falls back to third. Mark Wilson coming through the last couple corners. Currently not put down a lap yet. But the league got started around 2010. This is one of the oldest, if not the oldest, leagues on iRacing. So pretty cool history behind this league. It's a really great group of guys that they put here. I know Les Turner helps admin it now as well. Is a big contributor to this league. So a bunch of guys. This league would not be around without the help of some of these guys that's in here. That's 100% sure. With any league, it goes that way. Here we go. Once again, Mark Wilson trying to put down a lap here. Dave Hill jumps to the top of the board, a 1:18.741. We're really watching Mark Hill waiting on his first lap. Here it comes. See what he can do this time. Mark Wilson going to cross the start-finish line. What's he going to put down? He's going to jump up to the 5th position, right in front of Landon Lacey. Roger Rios out on track. Right now running right behind that Porsche pace car. This is the BMW as well. New York Yankees on the side of that car. You do see a lot of baseball-themed cars in here. Of course, it is almost October, so the baseball playoffs are about to begin. Well, there we go. There's one off track. Oh, he's going to come back across. 22 almost getting involved. That's not going to help. Just caught him off a little bit there. Jeff Rand out on track as well. Les Turner also there. Jeff going to cross the start-finish line, showing him in 16th at the moment. Watch Les Turner. Of course, he's running the Boston Red Sox scheme. That 01 machine. Here he comes into the S's part of the track. Oh, a really good job there, taking that turn. I'm actually not showing Les on my, kind of weird, I don't know. Anyway, he crossed the start-finish line. See what he can do. May have had an off track somewhere. I do not see it. But we'll stay with him right now. We will jump back here in just a moment to someone else. So again, these guys next week from here they head over to, where was it? I remember now. I can't remember. I had it wrote down. I lost it. I will get that information in just a minute. It is a good track, and I just can't remember which one it was. So I'll find that information and make sure I get it over to you. It's Road Atlanta. Or no, I apologize. Belle Island is where they go. That's going to be a fun race because them corners up there are really tight. I'm anxious to see how these cars perform on that track. I know a lot of F1 drivers and the open wheel cars run there. I'm anxious to see how these cars will race there. Still watching Les Turner and Ricky Rios is out on track. There's Roger Rios, not Ricky Rios. I apologize. Here comes Les through the turns 15 and 16 now. Oh, he's going to go down pit road. I apologize. He is not going to take another lap. There's Roger. Roger right now working through turns 13 of 14. Big sweeping carousel turn right here. You see that elevation change that he just went up that hill into a left-hand turn. See what Roger can do here in that 22. Working off turn 16, going across the start-finish line. See if his lap actually counts. He may have went off track at some point. Crossing the line at 124, so it does count, but he does go off track, so that is officially not counted. Scott Hustad working through turns 2 now, I do believe. Yes, that is turn 2 and 3. See that sand pit over there? There's a couple big sand pits here. Look at all these spiders around the track. There's a ton of them outside the track. I'm not really sure exactly the story why they put spiders outside the track. Maybe if somebody's watching, I'm not really sure exactly why that is there. I'm sitting here reading about it. And just some general track information. It says the beauty of Motorsport or Barber Motorsports Park does not end at the edge of the pavement. Of large-scale sculptures graced a beautifully landscaped facility ranging from a pride of lines. Really? Is there lines on here somewhere? Cypress, whatever that is, pushing a large boulder, ants, birds, and dragonflies to the track's hallmark, and a giant spider outside of turn 5. I haven't seen the lines. I did not know that. I don't know where they're at, if there is any, but we'll be looking. Anyway, Scott Hustad is currently in 9th place right now. Let's jump back Let's jump up to Dave Hill. David Shutt right now on top of the board with a 6.29. Great lap, by the way. Actually beats his practice lap. You see the Toronto Blue Jays Ford GT. Working out of turn 16. Going to cross the start-finish line. And this right here is actually going to start his green flag lap. So we'll see if he can improve. Dave was really fast in practice. Back here was the ants. I don't know where the lines are. That's what I was curious about seeing. Great look from above. You can see how wide this track is, especially from the air, and how many turns this place actually does have. Here's a tricky little section. A right, a left, and into another right. But the track width stays the same at 45 degrees. Up the hill into turn 14 of 15. Actually, that was turn 14. I apologize. Now into 15. And he'll come out of this into 16. See how Dave Hill does here on this lap. Looking to push it a little bit more. Felt like he let a little bit out there. Currently third as Tommy actually jumps up, takes the lead. And that lap is going to move Dave up to first with the 1:18.610. David Shutt out on track as well. We'll be watching him on this lap. Currently in third. Terry Dahl, Mark Wilson in fourth. Terry back here. Where's he actually running right now on the track? He's actually just starting his lap and actually shut the car off. So jump back a little bit further here. Lando Lacey and Overtake Motorsports out of South Carolina, number 24. Right now working through the first couple corners, actually heading into turn 5 this time. And Lando going to shut it back, so we'll jump back to Roger, who currently working up through turns 6 and 7. About 2 minutes left here in qualifying before the race begins. Let's jump back a little bit. Mark Allen. Let's go up here to Robert. Currently right now in the number 12 car, running in P11, actually P8. He just jumped up. Good lap for him with a 1:19.493. David Berry, currently 10th. See if he can improve. He's working through turns 15 and 16 now. Out of turn 16, cross the start-finish line. Let's see if he can improve. 1:19.978. He does improve his lap time. Going to jump up to 9th with a 1:19.564. So we're starting to see some guys putting out a little bit better laps now. Oh, who was that? 22. Going for a spin. Roger Rios. Back up to Mark Wilson. Here comes Mark, currently 5th right now. Cross the start-finish line. Not going to improve, I don't think. No, he does not. Let's jump back once again. Scott Hustad. Yeah, 11th at the moment. Oh, almost making contact. Currently in 11th right now. Trying to move up. Working through turn pit road. So it looks like he is done qualifying for this one. David Berry. He just jumped up to 8th place, knocking Robert back to 9th. About 6 seconds now. David will have time to finish this lap. I just want to make sure I mentioned that. And we are about set to go racing. You see that 1 minute countdown. That is a 1 minute countdown for guys that have crossed the start finish line to finish their lap. So I just want to point that out for anybody that might not know. As he works through turns 7 and 8 now. Right up in front of him. Cannot tell who that was. Tommy is just about ready to put down a lap, but this right here does not really mean too much. He's already got the pole at the moment, waiting to see what David Berry can put down. And there was somebody else. It was David Shutt, so we will jump back to David here in just a second. Currently, he's running in second at the moment. Here comes David Berry across the start-finish line, looking to improve his lap, and he does not improve with that time. So now we're watching David Shutt. He's got across the start-finish line. Does he improve? He does not. Actually, a little bit off that time. 0.2 off his fastest lap. So that's going to end qualifying, guys. Congratulations, Tommy Ryan. Is it Ryan or Rain? I think it's Rain. I'm horrible at last names. But Tommy qualified in the pole with David Shutt, Dave Hill starting in the top 3. And of course, we'll get a look at all this stuff right here in just a second. Here's a look at your grid now as we get set to start gridding up. This is how they will line up for this round 3 race. There's row number 2, Dave Hill, Terry Dahl right there. Mark Wilson, Landon Lacey with a solid start, making his second start in the lead tonight in that Porsche 991. Roger Rios, that BMW, alongside David Berry. There's Robert and Tyler Stevens, the Ferrari and a Porsche. In row 6, Scott Hustad, Les Turner in that BMW. Mark Allen in row 7, alongside that Ferrari, Bill Paulecki. Dennis Griffin in a Ford GTE, another Ford beside him, Jane Prostale Jr. And Sutcliffe, the Porsche and a Ferrari, Jeff Wren. Bartel Serbies, is that how you say it? That's bad, I know. Ricky Harden is in 20th. Not sure if Ricky is actually here. So I'm not 100% sure. Here we go. Restarts, we already know, always crucial here. So we're going to be watching that very closely. Or the starts are going to be crucial here. Keep in mind, guys, this is a 30-minute race. For people that don't know, it's only 30 minutes. A sprint race for the most part. But it will show lap ticker. And that lap ticker has been pretty accurate, to be honest. But we're looking around like 15 laps or so, 16 laps. Actually, it might be a little bit more than that, actually, because they was running 1 minute laps, I believe. So might be around 22 or so. Anyway, here we go. Waiting on the pace car to pull off the track. We got about 38 seconds before we get set to go. See if I can actually, where do we actually grid out? We'll grid out the start. So I'll actually pull Landon Lacey in. Why not? He's a lot easier to grab. The rest of them. There he is. So let's pull Landon Lacey and talk to him. My teammate and friend. Why not? Oh, I cannot pull him in. So let me do this. Landon Lacey, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, rolling off in 6th tonight. I don't know how many times you've actually raced this track. I don't think you've raced it very much, correct?
I actually just bought this track.
That's about what I figured. Anything you learned, I'm sure you learned quite a bit in practice, qualifying in 6th.
Oh, yeah, I went out on track, and the first thing I saw was a bunch of blind corners, so... I mean, you got to be prepared for anything. Like I said, there's a bunch of blind spots. Right here where we're going through uphill, can't see anything on the other side, so if there's a wreck on the other side, you're not going to see it. So just got to be cautious of your surroundings.
I know you're used to being in the booth because you've been in here with me a lot, man. So, but this track's a lot of wide spaces to pass, a lot of tight corners like you just mentioned. Is there a certain part of the track you like more than the other, or is it just, you know, whatever?
I'm really liking the more of the hard braking areas. It seems like I can get through those a lot better than these sweeping S's and all the other stuff. Just got to work on that a little bit through the race, and hopefully it'll get a top 5 finish.
Well, man, the sun's going down, so the heat's about to pick up. Good luck. I'll be watching you.
Yes, sir. Thanks,
buddy. There's Landon Lacey about to roll off here. We grabbed him just because he was closer to me, so he's going to be starting in 6th place here tonight. And, of course, up front, Tommy not in here at the moment. That's why we did not interview the pole sitter like we normally do. There's a look at your track conditions. It is partly cloudy skies with 82-degree track temp. So good track temperature here tonight. Of course, you see the lights on most of these cars, which is a great thing. That usually helps you pass other people. As you see these guys get ready to work into the final couple corners. Great view right here riding on board with the Ferrari of our leader. Ooh, that was a whiny pitch. This is your in-car look at this track. See a lot of shadows. Those shadows look jaggy on my screen. Anyway, great view. Going to be a great race. We are about to do it. The pace car is going to work through turns 14 and 15. Headed into 16 this time. Green flag out. We're off to race. Round 3 at Barber is underway. It is Tommy Ryan going to be leading us down into turn number 1 with David Shutt right on the heels right now. You guys are going to be fighting back here. Let's jump back a little bit more because back here is where the Hornet's Nest is occurring right now. Great position battle. Landon Lacey able to take a spot. Actually gained 2 spots. Terry Dolph falls back. Mark Wilson right now under attack from David Barry for that top spot. There's Mark Wilson right now for 6th. I apologize. I said top spot. Roger Rios, David Barry battling for that spot. This is for 7th now. 2-car battle, the 22 and the 14. 14 goes up on that curve just a little bit. All 4 of these guys right now side by side as they start to work up the hill just a little bit. We talked about a lot of blind corners. This right here, a very tricky part of the track. There we go. That's why. Cross the nose, board pile in. That is a 3-car pile up. And the race is going to be done for a couple of these drivers as Roger Rios slow on the track. And we see why. Let me go back and look. Gets off track, gets into grass across the nose of the 14. And there they go. There's your first wreck of the night. That was a pretty good one, too. It looks like Scott Hustad was involved. That's a big one for Scott. Tyler Stevens just taking over 10th spot from Les Turner. Les still putting the pressure back on once again. Working up the hill, that out there, a very tricky part of the track as well. Then down that hill into this left-hand turn. Tight braking corner here. Watching right now, Bill Paulucki working on the back end of the 01 of Les Turner. Going up over the curve a little bit too rough. Here comes the 81 looking to the inside. Don't know if he's going to get a run. It looks like he does have one. And now back up towards the hill. One of the tricky parts of this turn or of this track is right through here. Might not look too much, but there's a lot of elevation change up and then a downhill. Right here's the downhill. Looks like the 199 of Robert I don't want to butcher his last name, but Robert, the 199, is on pit road as well. Right up here, Tyler Stevens trying to take over 9th, and it looks like he does take it away from Dennis Griffin. That wine car. I don't know what car that is. That thing is whiny. Riding on board right now with David Shutt in car right on the back bumper of Tommy Erdleader as these guys working into turn number 6 now and 7. Here's part of the S's that Landon talked about. Looking back on David Shutt. Here comes a run from that number 10 car. See if he can get here to the inside and try to take this spot away. That Ferrari versus BMW as they work up the elevation change and down the hill. Tommy Ryan right now feeling a lot of pressure. Here comes David looking to the inside. Not going to be able to get it. Dave Hill is starting to close this gap in. We're starting to see a 3-car battle between the Ferrari, BMW, and now the Ford showing its face in this one. They kind of get a little spaced out as they cross the stripe here on lap number 4 now. Right on board, you can see how close David really gets to run through some of these tight corners. Here he comes once again. Sim Racing Authority on the front of that car. We actually broadcast Sim Racing Authority, by the way, on Sunday nights. We broadcast the truck series. So awesome to see that car in here, David Shutt's car. It's a great looking battle. I love when the lights come on these cars, like the you can actually see the light and LED strips on the side. It's really cool. I love that. Here comes David. See if he can take this spot away. Coming down into turn number 13 of 14 now, up the hill. And now into turn 16. And right here is where it seems like Tommy gets a really good job. He does a real great job of being able to pull that gap just a little bit. Last time by, it was once again, fastest car on the track was David Shutt. But Tommy doing a good job in the passing zones to be able to stop that 10 from getting around him. It's exactly what he needs to do in order to keep the 10 behind him. So he's going to take that wide arc into this corner. Which is turn 5. There's 6 as well. Down the hill into turn 7. Here comes David looking to the inside of him. Not going to be able to do it. Oh, we got the lights flashing on David Shutt's car. And Tommy's not going to move over. I'm just going to be honest. He's in the lead. He's definitely not going to move. I don't expect him to. I want to mention Terry Dahl did take over 4th place from Landon Lacey just a moment ago. Landon drops back to 5th. These guys right now falling right in the tracks of each other. Each one of these guys right now running pretty much spot on lap times of the same. As once again, another lap in the books for these guys. And it looks like a little bit better gap this time for Tommy. So we'll jump back just a little bit here as Dennis Griffin starting to work on Ed Sutcliffe on trying to. Actually lost a lot of time right there as soon as I switched over. So right now some guys starting to space apart. So we'll jump back up to Les Turner, who's trying to run down Mark Allen, who is in 8th place, and you got Bill Pawlicki right there in 10th trying to take over that 9th position. Les right now under attack. That's what we're watching as Bill Pawlicki tries to close this gap. They're working on this little short straightaway into a left to right hand turn. Jump back. Oh, here comes Les. Actually, Mark Allen went a little bit wide. Had to cut Mark a little bit of slack there. And he did. He let him have it. As these guys work into turn 16 now. And back across the finish line. Nothing really changed right now inside the top 10. These guys right here are the closest ones. The leader is starting to close the gap a little bit. Dave Shutt starting to put some pressure on Tommy. We will be going to that here in just a moment. And here's that position battle for the top spot. These top 3 guys right now out in front by 4 seconds over 4th place. And also another curiosity, when will these guys have to pit? These guys only run 35% fuel load. So we're thinking around, there's 23 laps. You would think around like lap 12, 11. They could probably make it from there. 12 would definitely be the safe bet, but so we'll be watching when pit road will be open. By the way, Roger Rios has been on pit road. Scott Husted, Tyler Stevens is out of this one. And Robert is also out in the 199. Ricky Harden did not take the green flag. He will finish in 21st position tonight. Up the hill now once again. Into another. This right here is the unique turn. This is turn 5. It's got that big spider out to the right here behind where the camera is right now. You can't really see it right there, but we did show it a little while ago. So I still don't quite understand why that's here, but whatever, it's pretty cool. We talked a lot on the stream the other day, or a lot on the broadcast the other day. And how much we really do enjoy broadcasting this league, and we definitely do. Here we go. Oh, what happened? Who's coming down pit road? Oh, that is the 10 actually coming to David Shutt making a... apparently, they don't need... I guess there was only just a few laps from making it, and right there is going to put him in the position to make it to the end. So, interesting call to come early, but hey, whatever. Nothing wrong with that. Of course... The good news with him coming early, this is actually a great strategy call in a way, because this will allow him to take less fuel to fill up the car instead of coming back down and putting more gas in. So his pit stop should be fairly quick. Yeah, right there. 7.6 seconds gas, no tires, which is, we knew we wouldn't have to take tires. So a great call. For David, I think that may kind of work out in his favor. It's going to be interesting to see what Tommy comes down. And Dave, if they like it, if I'm everybody else, I think I would come down as well. Why not go ahead and do it and knock it out the way? And just go ahead and get it taken care of. I mean, if you pit earlier, it's less gas you're going to have to take instead of sitting on pit road longer. So I like the call. Big fan of it. And right here, it looks like David and Tolly both going to stay out. Once again, I'll let you know if anybody does jump back. Right here is James Prostel trying to run down Mark Allen. James Prostel in that 16 car working down the hill. Great view of onboard. You see that blind spot. I have no idea if somebody's wrecking there or not. Usually you just got to hope that there's nobody there. By the way, Les Turner really closing the gap up right here in this little section. And you see out on that in-car rear view mirror that he has, that little monitor, you can kind of see Les right behind him. Let's actually ride a lap around here with James. Going down into turn 1. Oh, he blinked out just a little bit into turn 2 now. We're kind of going back and forth so that you guys can see the monitor as well. So I'll be taking the in-car off here and there. Up the hill again, down into the left-hand corner right here. So track actually ain't very big. It's only 2.3 miles. It's not really huge. Not that big of a track at all. I believe it's right here is the top right-hand corner, turn 6. Yep, there you go. Into the S's. Right on the bumper right now, Mark Allen. James Prostale Jr. currently ninth. Oh, pushes out a little wide there. That'll be okay though. See if he has a chance here now. Where he works down into 15 and 16. What is the sponsor on his car? Walked in Alzheimer's. Huh, I like that. Very nice. Of course, we're running the breast cancer awareness theme here tonight. We'll be running that for the rest of this race and the rest of this month and all of October for my broadcast anyway. So make sure that we did post a link. Make sure you share. Make sure you share the heck out of that. Be awesome. Still watching this battle right now. It's going to be interesting to see what happens when these other guys, and here comes James Prostale on pit road. I like to call it. This is definitely lap 12, so he knows he can make it from here to the end. Other guys should be coming here soon. Some of these guys could actually wait and run this all the way empty and then take a little bit less gas than a lot of these other guys. But I do like the call of David coming out super early. That's what I'm really going to be watching. You see right here, done off pit road speed here, 45 miles per hour. And these guys right here just can't seem to shake each other. Tommy trying to figure out a way to extend that lead over second place now, Dave Hill. Of course, here in a few weeks, we go to my favorite track. Of course, we go to Belle Isle and Road Atlanta. Then we go to Spa, which is by far my favorite road track. Everything right now, by the way, kind of spaced out for the most part. Landon Lacey, these three guys have kind of been near each other. Terry, Landon, and Mark Wilson. Terry right now leading these guys down into the final corner. I apologize, that is not the final corner. That is actually turn 5. Terry's been doing pretty good. I don't have the points up, so I don't know exactly what they are, but he has finished top 5 consistent finishes, top 3 consistent finishes since the start of the season. And I wouldn't really expect anything less here tonight from him to have another good finish. Look at your weather, 82-degree track count still, 77. Of course, it is mostly cloudy skies. Oh, there comes Dave down pit road. Tommy going to stay out. See if Terry decides. Terry and Atlanta both staying out. 5th, and see if David Berry comes down in at 14. David Berry right now a little far off of these guys, working just right now through turns 14. He looks like he's going to stay out as well. So that's going to allow David Shutt, who's back here, to close the gap up on these guys. He's going to be trying to pass David Berry here on the track. He does look to the inside. Not going to be able to get it this time anyway, not on that part of the track. So here you go. To give you an idea of David Shutt pitting early. David Hill was a big one. And he's right here. They was bumper to bumper, so David Shutt was pitting early. Actually lost a little bit of time on pit road. He actually a lot slower than Dave Hill. Dave Hill actually had a faster pit stop, 27.9 seconds total, so about 2-second pit stop. But with David still taking just a little bit less gas, he's able to beat out Dave. Uh-oh, what happened here? Who was that? Oh, is that Jeff? It was. Oh, just got too much into the... I don't know if he got too much damage. I love that paint scheme, though. Yeah, it bent the nose up pretty good. He was able to keep going. There he is. So, unfortunately, it's going to knock him back. He wasn't having the greatest night. Actually, he's still in trouble right now. He may just be towing, and he will. So here comes Terry down pit road. Landon Lacey following. Mark Wilson following. David Berry staying out. Tommy actually still out on track as well. So still waiting on our main guy to pit. We're on lap 15 already. We're still waiting on our race leader to come down pit road as he works down the back stretch here, the back part of the racetrack, headed into turn 13 now. And there it is, 13 to 14. So we still got 3 guys actually not pitted yet. David Berry, of course, Tommy right here, who stayed out once again. There's David Berry, and then we got Bill Lucky, who has not pitted as well. Everybody else has been on and off pit road. I'm a little bit curious about Scott Hustad. He actually may have to come back down. Him and Roger Rios both, they actually had that problem at the very first start of the race. So, not sure what's going to happen with that. And here is Bill Lucky on the backstretch right now. To give you another idea, Landon Lacey, a long pit stop, actually the longest time. That's been Landon's biggest kryptonite so far this season. He's only raced 2 races. His pit stops are really in trouble right now. He had a 10.2 stop. Everybody else is in 7 or even, well, Dave Hill had a 5-second, but 7 or 8 seconds is what we're seeing. And then Landon had a 2 seconds. Right now showing 3 seconds behind Terry, who is in 5th place. So Landon falls back to 6th. Landon, of course, was 5th, so he actually lost 2 spots there in that exchange. And then Mark Hill actually right here behind him. Oh, what happened to Paul Lucky actually exiting pit road? He just got done. So now we're down to 2 guys that have not pitted. Right here is one. As David Shutt trying to get around him. David Berry, of course, in at 14 in 2nd place. And there comes David Berry down pit road. Of course, Tommy, we're still waiting on this guy to pit. Tommy not been down pit road yet. As he works through turns 5 and 6 now. So Tommy may come this time. Let's see. He's working on the back part of the track right now, working now through turns 14. If he does hit pit road, he'll have to be turning in right here. Looks like he's not going to. Interesting there. He was going to only take just a little splash, I believe. I don't think he's going to take a full tank by any means. So David Shutt going to have a lot to run down. What's curious is, right now, Tommy is only 20 seconds ahead of David. Everybody I'm looking at right now on pit road has been on pit road for a long time. 27 seconds is the last time on pit road. So at this moment, it's looking like David could take the lead if Tommy has just a little slow pit stop. Just a little hiccup, if that. And we're on 18. Of course, here's looks to race summary. 0 lead changes. Don't worry about the laps remaining, by the way. It's kind of weird. There ain't that many laps remaining. That would be kind of insane. Dave Hill, I don't know what just happened there. Like he had a little... Oh, he's good. Looking right now at everybody else really spaced out right now on the track, which is definitely something we knew would happen on this place. And here comes our leader. So this right here's where it gets interesting. Is David Shutt going to be able to close this gap? David Shutt right now working through turns 14. And coming into 15, here comes our leader. Yeah, right now, I'm thinking David may be able to grab this. Here's David Shutt. Tommy right here. David working through turn 16. There you go. There's the lead change right there. So, Tommy actually may lose a couple spots here. He does. He's going to drop all the way back to third. So, new leader for the first time tonight, and it comes late in this one. As David Shutt grabs the lead away from Tommy. So I don't know if that was due to pit strategy or what it was. But David has really closed it, or put like a gap on these guys too. And it's not like close. It's like 3-second difference right now between first and second. And Tommy's another 1.8 behind second place. Right, here's the closest one we got for fifth. Landon Lacey trying to hold on as Mark Wilson closes the gap up on that. Still a pretty good gap, a little over a second right now between them two. As David Shutt, oh, here we go. This is going to be pretty close. A little bit of a hiccup there. Works through turn 16, cross the line, 4 to go. And 4 minutes and 31 seconds left to go in this race. It tell you how quick this track actually is. These guys are still putting down great laps. 1:18.7 that time by for David. As Dave Hill puts down a 1:19. And then Tommy actually had a slow stop, of course, because it came to a pit stop of a 1:32. I'm sure Dennis had a problem here. Here's the replay. He's fine. So we're watching the leader right now. So everything's spaced out. Not really much happening all around. Mark Wilson 1.1 second back right now from Landon Lacey. 3 laps to go. David Shutt is the one that is putting a whipping on everybody. You already see him flashing the lights. Up on Mark right here. Already letting him know. He'll probably flash him again as well. Look at his car. Got Sim Racing Authority, Sim Speed Shop, BMW. Looking good so far. Oh, what just happened? Oh, he blinked out just for a second. Coming to 2 laps to go this time. And about 4.5 miles. Well, Maybe a little bit more than that. It's a little bit more than that. A little over 4.5 miles. Mark Wilson has closed the gap up on Landon Lacey, so this is a pretty good size battle right here for 5th place. Everybody wants to be at least top 5 in these races. And he has closed the gap, actually. Last time by, Landon was faster. This time I think Mark might be a little bit faster. And he will be by about 4/10 over Landon. And of course, working beside that Minnesota Twins car. Able to get around that. And that gap has extended once again now between 5th and 6th. So Tommy actually led quite a few laps. You see it right there. It don't show exactly how many he's led, but he led the first, what, 15? No, about 17 laps, I believe. He led the first 18 laps. Oh, apologize, guys. Hit the wrong button. Here comes David out of turn 16. White flag going to be in the air this time, I do believe. It will be. At least I'm pretty sure. Dave Hill. Trying to close that gap up. Not really much there. Everybody, like I said, got spaced out pretty much. We had a total of 21 drivers actually take the green flag. Terry's been pretty solid in that as well. He started in 4th. Going to continue in 4th. Landon Lacey trying to run him down as Mark Wilson trying to run him down. Watching right now, David Shutt as he works down the back stretch here. He's been pretty much flawless all night. Pitted very early. And has done a great job. Oh, he does go off track a little bit, though. Not going to affect him, I don't think. He can actually back it down a little bit. He's got such a big gap, and I think that's what he's going to do. Out of turn 16, your winner for round 3 from Barber Motorsports Park is going to be David Shutt here from Barber. Second is going to go to Dave Hill. 3rd place will go to Tommy, and Tommy's got to be a little bit disappointed. Watching back here, this right here is still not completed yet. Terry Dahl working out of turn 14 or 15 and 16 now. He is going to cross the line in the 4th spot. Landon Lacey going to come in here with a solid 5th place. Mark Wilson 6th, but we'll jump back up to your winner. Everybody else spaced out. So here is your winner for tonight's race. David Shutt comes in here, started 2nd, led 5 laps, able to pick up the victory. Not sure if he's in TeamSpeak or Discord. We might just have to wait a moment before we grab him. Hopefully he hops in. But there's your winner tonight, Sim Racing Authority on the side of that car. And one thing you're seeing, guys, they do this in this league. You have to actually drive back to the pits. You just can't cut your car off. If you do it, it's actually a penalty that you get, a point penalty. So one thing you want to do is make sure that you do make it back around to the start-finish line at least, and then shut your car off down pit road or something like that. So that's what everybody's doing. Pretty much a cool-off lap or cool-down lap. As David just letting everybody know he's still fast. And there you see him pulling down. So he is going to be your winner here tonight. Congratulations to him. Don't know if we got anybody actually in here at the moment. We're still waiting. Let's see if we do. Congratulations, David Shutt. Once again, 5 laps led on his night, finishing in that top spot as he shuts the car off. And we're basically waiting to see if anybody does come into Discord. If so, we'll get to TeamSpeak. Here's a look at your results here for the RedSox Racing League. Round 3 here tonight. David Shutt, Dave Hill. Basically, them 3 guys right there, and Tommy as well started in first. 5th finished in the top 3. So them 3 guys just swap places. Dave Hill finishes in 2nd. Terry Dahl finishes in 4th. Landon Lacey 5th. Mark Wilson, David Berry, James Prostell in 8th. Dennis Griffin, Bill Pilecki finishes in 10th. There's a look at the rest of your field as you see that. So a great run for some of these guys, not so much for others. Jeff and Tyler are definitely probably not happy. Scott Hustad, another one's got to be disappointed. But sometimes that's the way it goes. So, let's talk to Tommy. Tommy, you got a copy?
Yeah, man.
Well, man, you finished in 3rd place. It looks like you may have lost.
Can you hear me?
Oh. Yeah, give me... Let me grab him. Hold on just a second. Sorry, guys, I had a problem.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Let me grab him. Yeah, just 1 second. Sorry, I had something going on my end. That was my fault. Anyway, you started in 1st, man. It looked like you kind of may have gave this up a little bit on pit road. Are you disappointed? But it's still 3rd place, not bad.
No, man. I was making all kinds of mistakes out front. David was pressuring me there, and I was feeling it. And he did the smart thing by pitting so he could get in clean track and roll his own pace, because he was killing me in a couple of different sections. I think me and Dave Hill were fairly even, and I just wanted to run as long as I could to try to get the least amount of fuel in it, so that might help me. Because, man, he could really exit corners and pull up on me. The thing had a lot of power. But, yeah, I just raced as hard as I could without killing the car, killing myself. And my strategy worked. I took more fuel than I needed. I was surprised I had as much as I did when I finished. I still had a half a gallon, which, that's time on pit road, man. You can lose these things pretty easily by doing that kind of stuff. But no, I was probably a 2nd place, 3rd place car. So I got to start winning some of these, man.
You do, yeah.
I mean, either that or I got to stop getting off tracks because I'm just dying here. But no, man, I mean, it's a blast, dude. Don't get me wrong. It's really fun, man. When you get some guys out here that understand road racing and we're all digging there and everybody's being somewhat respectful. I didn't get a whole lot of love there from one of the lap cars as I was
Right.
behind. I was not happy about that because he let Dave go with no problem, but he wanted to race me down turn 1. So I'm not sure what that was about. I never done anything to that guy, but that was kind of unfortunate. But other than that, man, everybody knows what's up. It's a blast, man. I'll be here all season.
Yeah, it's kind of right now. It's basically a 3 or 4 car. That's who we're seeing. The main top 4 up front is who we seen tonight, pretty much with Terry back and forth. But I gotta ask you about next week, man. We head to Belle Isle. I hope I said that right. I probably didn't. How do you feel about heading there in these cars? It's usually more like an open wheel top track and really tight corners. How do you feel about heading there?
For the last couple times I've been there, and I think I raced last season or the season before with RedSox there, and I did pretty well. You're right, though, man. It's some tight corners,
very
and
tight.
It's very a lot of parts on that track are very technical. So I'm going there with some confidence. Hopefully, I can get at least a podium. If David or Dave will ever make a mistake, I might be okay.
And that's one of the places it's easy to make a mistake.
Yeah, I mean, it's really about just setting yourself up, man, to take advantage of somebody else's misfortune. And I almost had my fair share of that tonight. So, but no, I'm not complaining at all, man. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah, you don't see many road leagues put this well together. So, man, you did a great job. I know you wanted to win, but still, 3rd place, not bad at all. Any shout-outs or any of that good stuff you want to give out? You've been in here before. You know how it is.
Yeah, man. Patriot Fire, Coastal Safety Auditors, DJ Beverly, man, he hooks us all up with some paints and some goodies from time to time, and Northern Tool and Equipment and Les for keeping this thing alive for as long as he has. And I think this is probably the first season we've had broadcast, so this is pretty fun too. And that's really about it, man.
That's awesome, man. Well, that's awesome. So, well, man, thank you for joining me. Congratulations on 3rd, and we'll be seeing you next week.
All right, man. We'll see you in Belle Isle.
Thanks, buddy. So that was Tommy Rand, who finishes in third place tonight. I don't think we have first or second in here. So that's going to do it for us tonight, guys. I do got a big race tomorrow. We'll be broadcasting the iRacing East Series. So that's going to do it. I hope everybody enjoyed the race. I know I did. It was fun. But I'm going to hop off here and go watch some football. So I hope everybody takes care. Y'all have a great night, and God bless as always.